I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. And how are you doing today? I'm just busy. Same old, same old. Yeah, seems to be my middle name for the last how many years? It's just busy. However, if you're busy like me, you should never be too busy to not notice things or to not do something. So I'm going to give you an example. So last week, my mom asked me if I would go look at apartments with her. And I was busy. It was a payroll week. I had extra stuff going on. Then I had a vendor show at the end of the week. And, you know, Valentine's Day and all this stuff to get done. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't. Mom, I can't. I just got too much going on. And it wasn't a big deal to her from what I felt. But when I got home that day, I felt like just dirt beneath your shoes. Just, I felt like total crap. Like, what kind of person am I to say no to my mom? And you know, she probably didn't care. I really don't know. But then I was thinking about it. It's like, why can't I go look at a couple apartments with her, right? Like, what's holding me back? It's just an extra half an hour out of my day, seriously, just to go look with her and give her my opinion. And, you know, and even though it might be just a little thing, sometimes the little things eat at you because they're not little. You can't be too busy to not help somebody or to not do something with somebody. What if she had invited me over for wine and crackers and cheese? You know, would have I had said no? Probably not, no. You can't be too busy because this is what's happening. Life is passing us by. It is totally passing us by. And we're missing all those little moments that make every week special. I mean, sometimes you have to say no, right? I will go out there because I don't want to get a bunch of backlash from this. You have to say no. Sometimes you are that person who's yes. Sometimes eventually you have to say no. But, you know, there's also this pick and choose. Think for 5 seconds. Just give yourself the 5 seconds to stop and think. Is this important? Am I actually too busy? How much time is this going to take? You know, walk through it just for a few seconds before you give that final no. Because you can always say maybe and then say no, but you can also say maybe and then say yes. So, yep, that's my spiel for today. It's a long spiel. But anyway, today we are starting another set of random sass soaps. Just because I had so much fun doing the first ones, I did some second ones and I had so much fun doing them, and some turned out so stellar. I can't wait to do actually that design in a bigger loaf mold per se. So anyways, be kind, be forgiving, be you, and let's go check out the first random sass soap. Okay, and in random sass soap fashion, my oils and lye water are already emulsified. Sort of, kind of, in a way. I'm going to show you the temp here. It was so cold that day I did this. My oils were cold. My lye water was cold. I was just like, oh my gosh, they're never going to heat up. They're just going to be, you know, super cold, like 73 degrees, okay? And per soaping fashion, everybody's like, when it's around 90 to 100 degrees, that is like the best soaping temp, unless you have, you know, other things going on. But that is a really great temp to soap at. And, but I didn't have to worry. I was kind of worried that it was just going to be like, be really thick for whatever reason. I don't know. It just, you know, the soap will start to saponify and it will start to warm up, and, you know, basically trust the process. But anyway, this one is called Buttered Popcorn. It is from Aztec Candle Company. I went with colors Love of Sunshine, of course, is my yellow, and Marigold Mica is the orange. And then it says plain here. Did I not add titanium dioxide? I probably didn't. So yeah, no titanium dioxide, just leaving it plain. Oh no, I did. Funny. Oh, my notes are wrong. That must have been a last minute decision because that doesn't normally happen in my notes. My notes are usually pretty freaking accurate. So, you know, who knew? I think it was because of the colors. They're so light, and it was like, let's give it a pop of color. Not that white is a color, but, you know, it does make other colors pop. And I will let you decide if you think that marigold should have been a different color. You know, I was going for, buttered popcorn, cheesy popcorn. I could have made some brown in there, caramel popcorn, Actually, the caramel popcorn is probably my absolute favorite. And then buttered popcorn, and then the cheesy popcorn is probably last. It's if I want cheese, I'll eat like a crunchy Cheeto or something. So I was noting there, like, which way my mold was, but when I cut it, I don't even remember if I cut it correctly. That's the bad thing. Yeah. Because I was laying it in there a certain way to cut it. I think I did, though. I think I did a pretty good job. But, yeah, so you let me know if you think these colors were spot on or what I should have changed. But anyway, for the pour, I am doing a bowl swirl, thin lines pour back and forth in the mold. They're so pretty that way. They are. It's just that the fact that I ended up with a lot of white at the end. But that's okay because it kind of coated over the top, and, the top is what gets cut off. So it doesn't matter, does it? No, but there is more to this pour. Since it is a slab mold, I'm going to go very thinly, as close together as possible, back and forth against the grain of the original pour. I know that's, maybe a weird word for soaping, but it is against the grain on the original pour to give it a cool zigzag pattern. And like I said, I think I cut it correctly. It looks like I cut it correctly. I wanted to cut it, in half, going with the grain. Because, boy, I don't even remember this cut, you guys. It's been so long, but it's okay. Like I said, I need to start, doing my voiceovers on my videos, right after I pour those soaps, so that all the things in my head are right there. But that's not always an actual, thing I can do. And so, it is what it is, right? Right. Absolutely. 100%. Okay. But you're not going to get a whole lot of this because I think they're so hard to do. I don't always, show them and present them and stuff like that because sometimes they're soft. Sometimes they're just, I let them set and then I forget I was filming and, so it's a thing, but that's okay. They're random, they're sassy, they're all the things, right? So you get to see the whole cut of the soap, but they do look cool. Let me know what you think of them. I think they turned out pretty dang spectacular. Darker colors would have been better. And if you need to know, I did go look at apartments with my mom, and I felt great about it. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I'll see you next time. And God bless.